Hi angels! Welcome to Earth Angel Energy. I'm the Earth Angel, and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading. And today's topic is, what is your reputation? So what are you known for? And I have 3 piles for you. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So go ahead and take a second, see which pile resonates with you, and we can go ahead and get started. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose the first pile, then this is your reading on what is your reputation. So I'm seeing a really exciting dynamic energy here. So what's your reputation? What are you known for to the people around you? You, first and foremost, are seen as someone very successful, very determined, someone in a very victorious energy. Now, I don't know if something has happened recently around you, or there are things happening recently around you where there's a lot of uncertainty with the people around you, where they feel like they're not sure either where they stand in general, where they stand with you, where their life is going. But they feel like for you, you have so much certainty. And just this general energy of, while others might falter, while others might have some uncertainty in their life, they always see you as someone who's constantly doing well, constantly striving, constantly elevating here. Now with the 4 of Cups, there is a sense here with the Chariot and the 6 of Wands that you also are known as someone who you have a level of discernment when it comes to your friends or your associates. You're not really afraid to cut people off. You're also known as someone who's not afraid of conflict. I'm not even really getting an energy of you being seen as someone who is involved in conflict. I'm actually getting a pretty stoic energy. So you're not really seen as someone who will bring conflict or competition to others, but if someone tries to engage in conflict or competition, you're not afraid to stand your ground here. But there's something here about people seeing you as someone who's quite non-confrontational. You're not afraid to defend yourself or stand your ground, but it's not necessarily what you would like to be spending your time doing. Now with the 6 of Swords in reverse, I'm seeing some specific scenarios here. So there could have been something that happened in the past where maybe you had to separate from someone or something, or walk away from something. There's a sense here of people really putting a lot of stock into your judgment, and especially your foresight here. I'm getting a lot of foresight, where there's a sense here of, especially with the 4 of Cups and the 6 of Wands, I hope I can explain this for you well, and I think this will make sense for you, where there are situations where you've been involved where people thought that they had made the right move, but then they realized that you had actually made the right move here, or that you made a move that people didn't quite understand, but now they see in hindsight that it was the most intelligent choice for you to have made, and it ultimately led to your success and victory here. You're definitely seen as someone very financially stable here with the 9 of Pentacles. Someone very self-sufficient. Also someone who, even though you've achieved quite a bit at this point, people feel like you're still going to achieve even more. You're really known as someone who has a lot of confidence in yourself and your abilities. But also I feel like other people have confidence in themselves and... Whoa. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I accidentally misspoke. But you could also be someone who's very encouraging to others. Oh my gosh. You're definitely also known as someone where if someone is feeling very down on themselves, feeling very unconfident, you're really good at getting people on a more positive trajectory and a more confident path here. So for instance, if you're around friends or family and you hear them talking down about themselves or saying negative things about themselves or others, you really encourage them to speak more love and success into themselves. For the people who are really open and receptive to this around you, there's people around you who definitely know you as someone who can help lead them towards success or help get them into a more successful energy. I want to get the 6 of Swords in reverse. But once again, there's a sense of you're very much a glass half full kind of person, but at the same time, you're not afraid of the dark sides of life either. I feel like you handle them really gracefully. I think you have your challenges and hardships like everyone else, but you don't advertise them. I don't think most people around you really see much of your hardships. We have the 2 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. There's almost this energy here with the 2 of Swords being above the 4 of Cups that you almost repel like negative energy or repel like rejection energy. People feel like you're very protected too from like hardships. People definitely see you as someone where things always work out for you. Let's get this Six of Swords in reverse. Wow. I'll be honest, there's also a lot of people who know you as someone who maybe either has a lot of suitors, or with the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups was underneath that. Wow, and the Justice. You could be known as someone who has had a lot of success in the areas of life around, accomplishments, maybe financial growth, but maybe you've had some hardships in romantic relationships. However, if that's the case for you, you also have a reputation of when you do find partners or when you do have good connections, they're good, solid people. Like, okay, I'll try to explain this. So, for instance, there could be two friends, and one friend has a really easy time dating and just is always dating all these different kinds of people. But this friend could have a lot of really bad experiences and really, terrible people that they've dealt with, and could be very traumatized from having all that abundant of options. Whereas I feel like you're the opposite, where God and your angels may have protected you from a lot of potential suitors because they knew them better than you knew them. But when God does allow someone into your life, they're a really high quality individual. And that's what I get. So you're known for that. I'm not sure, hopefully that resonates for you. If it doesn't, for whatever reason, people just see that. So it could also be that people around you know of high quality people that are interested in you. And so that's why they have that perspective. Let's get the Six of Swords in reverse. Oh, the Strength in reverse here. There's also a sense here where you're determined, but you're not stubborn. And whatever you've done in life, people see that you've kind of figured out your road to success. People see you as very successful, and they see you as having a intelligent way about achieving your success. So people don't necessarily think that your success just fell into your lap. I think people do see you as blessed and fortunate. But the Six of Swords in reverse and the Strength in reverse, you're not afraid to walk away from something. You're not afraid to reject something. You're not afraid to take a loss because it eventually turns into a win for you. So for instance, it could be like you leaving a job and then going to a new one where you make twice as much and you're way happier. Just that. It's very simple energy. Doesn't have to be exactly that. Yeah, wow. Someone very attractive too and confident. King of Wands there. Wow, the Ten of Cups. And the Page of Wands. You could also be known as someone who's not only very attractive, but you could have a very youthful look to you or youthful energy. With the Ten of Cups, you're seen as someone who is very happy. You also might have a reputation as being someone either with a good family or you get along with people's families. There's something about people really liking you. And I think that's why you kind of have to protect your energy here. You could also just be known as someone too who has good friendships and good connections in your life. Not too many like superficial friendships. If you have friends, they're not like fake friends. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, wow, the Seven of Cups and the Hermit. That you're not afraid to go your own way because you know you have options. There's a bit of a mysterious and like a secret energy here. Not secretive, but like a secret energy. Where you could be a little bit more private. But you also have this reputation of people feeling like you share some of your life, but they feel like there's so many amazing things that they don't even know about. And that's why you're so protective here. And that's also why you're not afraid to separate from people or places or things, because what you do keep in your life is totally fulfilling for you. Wow, Ace of Pentacles, someone very blessed here. Someone very close to the divine if you have a relationship with God, which I recommend. Wow, the Four of Wands. Some of you could have a nice house or a nice living situation. Could be very comfortable, could have very good relationships, close relationships. There's a lot of like wondering though, and a lot of curiosity about what your life is like. There's a level of glamour here too, I'll be honest. But also a sense of there's something very sturdy and level-headed and secure about your energy. I think there is something very aspirational about you, but not too flashy. I think there's a level of you being slightly protective of yourself, but people know that you're protective for a good reason. Okay, one more card. Very nice reputation, actually. The Sun, the Lovers, and someone very attractive that a lot of people find very attractive. Wow, someone very loved. Whether you know it or not, you have a reputation for people loving you, for people being in love with you. And with the sun here, you have a reputation of being honest, happy, forthright. And once again, the sun is really one of the most powerful energies of positivity, of good things coming in. So you're known as someone who brings the sun with you. You could light up a room. But you have this reputation of being happy, being successful, being level-headed, you know, having this really strong foundation of someone who's determined and discerning, but also someone light and fun and happy. And people see that it's a complex energy that you're in, but it works for you. It's beautiful, it's intricate, and I think a lot of people have a lot of admiration for you. And if you do have a good connection with them, they're very happy to have you in their life. Wow, wonderful, Pile 1. That's what I have for you. Beautiful energy. I do hope that resonated. I hope it was helpful for you. This was gorgeous. So feel free to check out one of the other piles if you're curious. You can watch one of my other videos, or you can book a personal reading with me. But thank you so much, Pile 1. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, Pile 2. So if you chose a second pile, then this is your reading on what is your reputation. And wow, powerful, powerful energy, pile 2. So I'll just speak off cuff. I feel like I'm already going to get a lot of just direct channeling for this one. Pile 2, you are known as someone who changes people's lives here. But once again, there's something very light, free, airy about your energy. You definitely give me a bit of an energy of an old soul here, or someone who's had more than one life here. With the 5 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the 7 of Cups, I'll be honest, we'll check for you. But I'm getting, you could have a string of people who've kind of had their heart broken in a situation either involving you. I'm getting for some of you, it could have been people in love with you. For some of you, it could have been people who were in love with someone who was in love with you. I'm seeing a lot of like residual energy here. But the way that you're seen, you have a very strong reputation of being someone very lighthearted and strong, even in very chaotic situations. I'm definitely seeing there's some sort of situation you walked away from where you're seen as, I heard, the only one who recovered, or the only one that's doing well here. I don't know what that means for you. You are seen as someone who has a lot of dreams, a lot of options. You could be a very talented person here. Now, with the 5 of Swords and the Knight of Cups, I feel like you've had a lot of growth as you've gotten older, where I think in the past, you definitely had some sensitivity here, maybe around love or connections. There's something about you really growing and ascending tremendously, and this being a big shakeup for people. This also could be a situation too, for instance, where maybe people say went to school with you or knew you when you were younger, and they had this view of you that is completely different from how you are now. So for instance, you could have known some people in school, you all went your separate ways, and 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, people reconnect with you and they see you completely differently in a very, very positive, happy, free energy. People are very shaken up about this. I don't know why. Let's see. We get the Queen of Wands. For some of you, you could have had a huge glow up here. Wow. For some of you, you could have developed a very strong relationship with God. Whoa. For some of you, you definitely are very intelligent, very truthful, very forthright here with the way that you speak. Ooh, I'm hearing for some of you, you turned out way better than some of your bullies in school. Wow, 10 of Swords. King to the Queen of Wands. For some of you, if you have a connection, if you're connecting with someone right now, people feel like you have a very nice relationship. 2 of Swords. Wow, the Knight of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles. There's something here too. 2 of Swords, Knight of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. Wow, the Death here. I'm getting a big like past and present energy. I don't know if you were with someone in the past, if you were connected to someone in the past, if you loved someone in the past, but there's something about you breaking out of a cycle and completely transforming. This doesn't even necessarily have to be a cycle with a person. This could have been a cycle of thinking, a cycle of being, a life cycle here, a stage of your life. But people are really, I'm hearing, amazed by the transformation that you've had. 6 of Cups. I kept saying like a past energy. So this is definitely your reputation among people from the past. Oh, the Five of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. Okay, I feel like there's something deeper here. Yeah, okay. The King of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So, I was intuitively getting for this kind of, because I'm getting like a past and then a present / future energy. I'm getting for people from your past, this is definitely giving me someone who had to live in a lot of illusions about themselves. So for instance, you could have been a very intelligent person, but people downplayed your intelligence. You could have been a very capable person, but people made you feel like you weren't capable. You could have been very beautiful or handsome, and people wanted you to feel like you weren't. Yeah, I almost just bit my tongue. There are people who feel like who you are now is who you always were. There's a lot of like guilt here. You have a reputation of someone who, I think that's why I'm having such a hard time articulating this, because there's a sense of who you are, but I feel like your reputation is also influenced by the way that people have treated you, especially in the past, where I feel like you've really gotten to a point now where you fully know who you are, you embrace who you are, it radiates. And there's a sense of people, there's like a dual reputation. So your reputation, we'll just go over that and then we'll go over this complexity here. Your reputation is someone who is very intelligent, very attractive, very strong, very happy-go-lucky, someone who always can make their way through difficult situations, someone with a lot of talents, abilities, someone who's very attractive to a lot of people. But you also have a reputation of someone who people don't like to give you credit, or people don't like to give you your flowers. And I'll be honest, there's something very intense about the energy where if this is apparent to people, so for instance, you could accomplish things and people don't congratulate you as much as, you know, they would congratulate others or something like that, where it's becoming very obvious or apparent to people in some way. I want to get like, because people, you have a reputation of someone who has great talents, abilities, qualities, yeah, but you kind of have to water yourself here. Like, you have a reputation for whatever reason of people seeing how great you are, but not wanting to say it. The Seven of Wands. I'll be honest, if this is for you and you're really resonating with this, if you look at any person who's achieved great things in their life, great success in their life, this is very common. It is very common for people who've achieved, I'm talking, you know, lifelong, huge legacies, huge success, a name that carries on for generations. It is very, very common when they're at the stage that you're at right now, working on what you're working on, building what you're trying to build, where people will not want to give them their flowers. Look up any person that you admire, any person whose footsteps you want to follow, and look at how they started, and look at how people treated them. It's just like this. So keep going. You will find your success. But there's a sense here of you having a reputation as someone who, especially with the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Wands, like, it's like that person who's so beautiful that people don't want to tell them that they're beautiful. It's giving me like Cinderella kind of energy. But keep going. Once again, the energy is a bit strange here. And I think it's because it would feel a lot more stable if people see the cognitive dissonance here in this situation. Like, they see that people are intentionally doing this, and it kind of makes people very uncomfortable. Wow, the King of Cups, because people love you. Also, too, I'll be honest, I think for you, you know where you're going, you know how blessed you are. And I think you're excited to see more and more success and achievement in your life and recognition. But there's a sense of you not really being very bothered by this, or maybe you're used to it, or maybe you know. And so I'll say, I love to talk about energy and how it works too. And the flow of energy and the exchange of energy and how we can exchange certain things for energy in the future. So if you can work hard with a loving and glad and giving heart, and not get all the praise and all the accolades now, but you keep going, you'll get that praise and accolades later when it actually means something. So if the people around you don't want to give you your flowers, if the people around you don't want to give you your compliments, take it in stride, because one day you will get them, but it'll be a lot more meaningful. So think of it as an investment. Keep going, keep striving. I feel like the people around you see you as someone who is giving me a bit of that energy of, you know, when there are people in life where people feel like they're so accomplished or they're so talented or they're so attractive that they don't need to be told. I'm kind of getting the energy of people around you thinking that either you know how great you are. Ooh, I just got a weird feeling. And I think you're very loving, and I think there's this imbalance in the energy. I don't get that you have a big ego or anything like that. But there's a sense of people, you have a reputation as someone who is so great that you should know how great you are without being told, which is a bit odd to me. Wow, the 9 of Swords. Page of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, that's why. Okay, I see. I get it now. Yeah. Now, I don't know what you do for a living. I don't know what your circumstances look like here. Yeah, wow. Okay. The people around you are going through a lot right now. Like, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of insecurity, there's a lot of worry and fear and anxiety in their lives. And they feel like you are pretty untouched by that or unfazed by that, or your life is just like all peaches and cream here. And there's this sense of like, pile 2, like they already have so much. Like, why do they need a compliment from me? Why do they need me to support them? I don't think this is everyone, because I think you do have people around you who love you and support you. But there is a sense here of you having a reputation as someone who, even when everyone else is going through it, things are great for you. And so you can definitely have sympathy, you know, for the people who are feeling this way, because I see that they're going through a lot. There's a lot of fear and anxiety in a lot of people's lives around you. And at least from what they know, they feel like you are blessed and highly favored and things are great and stable and lovely in your life. And I do see that for you. Especially if you're not feeling this way, this is what's coming in for you. And so that's kind of created a cycle here of people not wanting to heap even more praise on top of you when you already seem to have so much going for yourself, which isn't fair. But I think you understand at this point that if you can continue to go forward in stride, you'll get your flowers. But you'll get your flowers in the future when it's not just coming from family or friends or random acquaintances, but when you've really reached a level of success in your life where those accolades really mean it. So, you know, if there's 10 people around you who don't want to give you your flowers now, that's okay. One day there's going to be millions of people who want to and will happily do so. That was channeled right there for anyone where that makes sense for you and your life plans. That's what I have for you, Pile 2. Beautiful energy. Ooh, I just got the warmest feeling, so that's definitely coming in for someone. That's what I have for you, Pile 2. I do hope this was helpful. It was a bit more of a complex energy, but I hope that was helpful for you. So feel free to check out one of the other piles if you're curious. You can watch one of our other videos, or you can book a personal reading with me. But thank you so much, Pile 2. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, Pile 3. So if you chose the third pile, then this is your reading on what is your reputation. So Pile 3, hot energy, fiery energy. I just heard too hot for your own good, or like too blank for your own good, too confident for your own good. There's something about you where it's intense. It's good, but it's intense. And I think I have to see who this is, because I don't get this as everybody. But you have a reputation for being someone very attractive, someone who works well with others, someone, you definitely have like an X factor, an it factor here. You stand out. But you have a reputation for sometimes people like feeling a certain way about you because of your attractiveness or because of your confidence here. I'm not gonna lie, you also could have a reputation as someone who other people's partners or people you're not in a romantic situation with might have feelings for, or even like become emotional over. You're seen as someone very healing, though. Like, your qualities are so nice. So your actual reputation, and there's a big difference between your reputation based on your actions and who you are as a person, and the reputation influenced by how others feel about you. So your reputation is someone who works very well with others, someone who is very attractive, but honestly it's giving me also the energy of someone who doesn't want to just be defined by their attractiveness, and people kind of feel like sometimes people try to define you by that. Now with this star, someone very healing, someone very healed, someone very loving. You could have a very close relationship with God or the divine here. Ace of Wands, very fiery. So like a go-getter. But I'll be honest, and I don't know if something's happened, but you have a reputation as someone who you've had hardships because of how attractive you are perceived to be. The lovers. Yeah, I mean, the 10 of Swords. I'll be honest. I don't know. Oh. You might not even know about this. Okay, I'm getting a download here. 10 of Swords. Queen of Swords. 10 of Swords. Can we know a little bit about this 10 of Swords? The Nine of Cups. The 5 of Pentacles. Empress. Okay. I think there is a situation probably from your past here. Wow, yeah, definitely from your past here. And I think what happened has influenced your reputation. So if you had to separate yourself from something or walk away from something, or someone tried to hurt you in some way, your reputation is that this person did this to you because of, I just heard how beautiful you are, or how handsome you are, or how much people liked you, how popular you were. You're very, whatever this was, you were very well liked or very admired. That's where the 5 of Cups and the 8 of Swords is coming from. Especially if you separated yourself or walked away from something or disconnected from something. You have a reputation for people from this specific situation of someone who had to leave something, or things were made very uncomfortable for you because someone was envious of you. Wow, the Devil. Now, you also have a reputation as, because there's a lot of pain in this past situation that you walked away from, you seem, wow, very happy and very content. You also have a reputation as someone who people want to see again or would like to see again. But you seem very happy, so if people have some sort of access to you or know what you're up to, they see you as being happy away from this. Wow. Aww. You have a reputation of kind of being someone who keeps to yourself. You work hard, but once again, it's like, even if you don't do anything wrong, you just have a reputation of someone where like people will just come for you. Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Wow, the Ace of Swords here. Now, I don't know if these are like specific people. Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Oops, I said Knight of Swords, but I meant Knight of Cups. But interesting that I said Knight of Swords. Oh, you have a reputation. You have a reputation of people kind of acting a little... like, people get very weird when it comes to you. Like, people might jump to conclusions or kind of say weird things. Once again, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's your energy, your aura, your looks, your vibe. But there's something about people feeling like people act kind of funny because of how intensely people react to you. So for instance, people could find you really nice or really funny or like you are very well liked in kind of an intense way, whether you knew this or not. And people feel like you don't really do anything to elicit this response. It just sort of happens. And there's a really intense purity to your energy with that Ace of Swords, where you're seen as someone very truthful, very honest, very loving, but people will come at you in a very weird or off energy. Like you just kind of go through life, once again, pure, warm, loving, kind, strong, but people just get really funky around you. I heard human litmus test. This is so hard to articulate. Wow. And I think it's because, well, it keeps coming back to this, and I'm sorry. I hope this resonates for you, Pal 3. I hope it makes sense. I think it does if you're still watching. But the Knight of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Page of Swords, people get really funny because people find you very, very, very attractive, and people are really fired up about being around you, being connected to you. And that can make some people really act out around you, and you have a reputation for this. But once again, your actions are that you are someone who maybe keeps a bit to yourself, someone very mature with the Empress, someone very healed and hardworking, someone who can't help how people react to you. Like you're not known as someone who's dramatic or confrontational or anything like that. It's like you're known as someone who's very well liked and admired, and people bring conflict to you. That's exactly what you're known for. But it's like, it makes people sad because people really like you, and they honestly, I think people think you're really a sweetheart, very nice to work with, very kind. And like, especially too, if you really do keep to yourself, and people used to wonder like, why do they keep to themselves? People get it. If you were kind of more private or a little shy, or it took a while to let your walls down, people totally understand now because people have seen what people do to you. But once again, just know that this is the makings for a very beautiful future where you're going to accomplish a lot. And it reminds me a lot of Pile 2, so if this resonates for you, you can check out Pile 2 as well. But if you look at any person who's had an amazing legacy, who's really accomplished great things, this is a very common energy for the earlier stages of their life or their journey. It's very, very common because people see something very special in you. You have a reputation for being someone who's not only loving, hardworking, humble, kind, maybe a little to yourself, but someone who is special, someone who stands out. Like, people really do see you as different than other people in a really positive way, but there's a sense of you having a reputation for doing your best to not elicit negative feelings in people. Like, people see you as someone very loving, very respectful, very kind, but people just get triggered by you. Yeah, Nine of Swords. And beautiful, but in reverse. And the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And it also is kind of reminding me of this energy in Pile 2, where I think people also see you as someone who, I'll be honest, and I don't know where this comes from. Maybe you just don't like to share all of your hardships or your challenges that you go through. I think you're very blessed in general as well. But you have a reputation as someone where people don't think you go through any hardships. Like, they don't think you have challenges or struggles. I think just because you don't share them, you don't advertise them. And with this kind of weird negative energy, I can see why you wouldn't want to share them. And there's a lot of frustration for the negative people kind of outside of your energy. But I also get that people see you as, despite what some people do to try to come at you, you remain happy. You remain content. You don't seem stressed. You don't seem like you take losses from anyone who does this to you. So it's kind of like you have this reputation of being someone who's quite serene, beautiful, loving, warm. And people try to come towards you, but you're kind of impervious. And I think that's why people also see you in this very serene energy, and also why people understand why you are the way you are. Because I think for a lot of people, when they meet you, there's something about you where you are a little bit more reserved, and people are like, why are they so reserved? They see it now. But because you also don't really respond or don't really seem to have a reaction to people trying to hurt you, it makes it even clearer why you are the way you are. I think people have a lot of respect for you. I think people have an extreme amount of admiration for you, but a lot of people do, I'll be honest, especially from your past, feel very guilty because they see clearly what people do to you, that you don't do anything to deserve it. But it's simply, everyone has the same feeling about you. Everyone really, really admires you and finds you very beautiful, very talented, very admirable, once again with that Empress. But people react to it differently. I think there's a lot of people around you who just simply admire you, but they see why others try to come against you because they admire you too. But you trigger a lot of feelings of insecurity, especially too with this Nine of Swords in reverse and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. These people could be having a lot of hardships in their life at this time, and they don't see you having those same hardships, and that was very triggering for them. But I think at this point, you've lived with it, you understand it, and you also know that God will reward you for being able to move through these lessons and these challenges with grace and dignity. And don't worry, I see huge success for you here on the horizon. Let's get one more. Two of Cups. And I think that's why there's all this complexity, because in the end, you have a reputation for people loving you. But, you know, the Two of Cups, this loving energy, is a potent energy. Love is the most powerful form of energy in the universe. And it can have a profound impact on people. And I'm sure you've seen it. If you see public figures or celebrities or historical figures who were very, very loved, that also elicited a lot of jealousy and hatred and very low vibrational energies from low vibrational people. Look at any person who was beloved. They had many people who loved them, but there were also people who felt very negatively about them because they felt triggered, because they felt inadequate. And there's something about a very intense clarity around this as part of your reputation. You're known as someone who does your very best to be kind and dignified and welcoming and warm to everyone. But you also have a reputation as someone who can trigger toxic people. Not everyone, because I feel like good people around you love you and admire you and honestly feel very guilty for what they've seen happen to you. But in the end, you have a reputation not only for being loved, but being extremely loving. And that will get you very far, pile 3. Nine of Pentacles. You're going to get very far in life. You're going to have a lot of success. You're known as someone who's very successful and stable too. And so this also could have triggered some people where it's like, oh, pile 3, people love them and they're well off and they're successful and they're stable. It's very low vibrational. And all you can do is hope for them and pray for them and hope that they can get to a place where they just want to admire and emulate the beautiful energy you're in instead of going against it. But I see there's a lot of people around you who do just admire you and want to be like you. So keep shining your light beautifully and brightly. Be a beautiful, positive beacon, because you will be rewarded for it, pile 3. But that's what I have for you. Beautiful energy, pile 3. I hope this is helpful for you. I hope it resonated. You have such beautiful energy, so keep going and know God will heal all this energy and clear it out for you so you can move forward decisively and really reach this huge success that you have coming in for you. That's what I have for you, pile 3. Thank you so much. Feel free to check out my other piles if you're curious. You can watch one of my other videos, or you can book a personal reading with me. But thank you so much, pile 3. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you.